Hey, what is up, everyone? It's FBA Jeffrey. In this video, it's going to be a little bit different. That's because I want to talk about the future of Amazon and the overall landscape of this business model or this business platform over the last year. I wanted to reflect more about it so you guys also have a better understanding of what you're yourself into, as well as how you're going to navigate the waters going into next year, right? Because I myself, this year, I sold about $5 million, and that's a pretty high level in my opinion. And so I really understand what is happening with Amazon and what has happened over the last 12 months. And I like to believe I would have a pretty good understanding and knowledge in terms of what's going to happen over the next 12 months to come, and how I'm going to navigate it for next year. So let's get right into it. So here's the content. I want to talk about 2024 and how, what went down, how I have adapted, what I noticed throughout this year, and what I will do in 2025. So this video shouldn't be too long. Should be pretty simple, and just want to give you guys more knowledge, be as transparent as possible. So essentially, with 2024, I'm not gonna lie, it has been much different compared to 2023 and 2022. Obviously, this year I've scaled a lot higher. I've made the most amount of money that I've ever made in my life, actually, and also as an Amazon seller, I've learned a lot. I feel like I've become I have a lot more wisdom with Amazon in 2024. Over the last 12 months, I have noticed that Amazon's really cracking down on authenticity. And I feel like that has been the overall theme in 2024. A lot of these issues really stem from supply chain authenticity. And what I mean by that is previously, over the last, I'd say 2022, 2023, Amazon didn't really care how you're getting your items, as long as it wasn't clearly fake or customers did not complain about authenticity. They really don't care. They really did not care. You could work with quote unquote shady suppliers, shady retailers, and as long as, like I said, you never had an issue with customers, you would not get flagged. But in 2024, over the last 12 months, they've been so strict, and even I noticed this. By the way, I never got suspended. I'm operating everything by the book, so I never got suspended, but I've noticed this as well, where they're cracking down, even on brands and products where you never had a single issue with them. They will ask for your invoices for supply chain. So, like I said, previously they did not care who you buy your stuff from. You could buy it from another person, and sell it on Amazon, and they would not care. But in 2024, a lot of those invoices, quote unquote invoices, those shady suppliers, those stores stopped working. So if you got flagged by Amazon where they asked you about the authenticity of your item and you submitted those invoices, it would not work, which was pretty crazy. Obviously, that was kind of like a loophole that ultimately got patched that Amazon caught onto, which is a good thing. But that's just something that I noticed happened over the last 12 months. The other thing would be account suspensions. Like I said, I never got suspended, but I know a few people who have. And these are also the same people. Like I said, it goes hand in hand, authenticity, right? Amazon has been facing a lot of scrutiny by the US government, by even the general public customer base on the questioning on the authenticity of the items. So a lot of these people who buy from shady suppliers or shady retailers or have no supply chain, they're getting their account suspended. They're getting Section 3, that's what it's called. And obviously, at this point, when it started happening around November 2023, where they were only hitting accounts where it was very, very clear that they were doing something shady, right? I don't know how they're doing it, but essentially, if you were doing something shady, you were bound to get caught. But now towards the end of this year, over the last couple of months, they started hitting even other sellers, people in my network. And these are some of my friends. They're doing millions a year and they're getting hit with Section 3. The good news is they're very lenient. With Amazon, they're very lenient. They're willing to hear you out. They're willing to hop on a call to work things out with you. So if you could prove that everything is legitimate, which you should be able to, by the way, you will get your account lifted. The suspension, it should not matter. It's just a minor inconvenience. very stressful time, but you will get your account back 100%. I've never seen anyone, none of my friends, like all of them, they got their accounts back because they all operate everything by the book, right? So you should not be scared of that. It's stressful knowing that your account could get Section 3'd, but if you do everything legitimately, you should not be scared, right? Obviously, if you're buying from shady suppliers, if there's some gray zone, some questions, like something that's like a little bit sus, you should definitely pivot out of that. That's my take. That's my strong recommendation. But yeah, that's just like what I've noticed with Amazon. Obviously, there's also fee increases. I think like in April, they added inbound shipping, inbound placement fees. For the first month, it did hit me a lot where it kind of hit my margin, but I didn't really understand it. But then I read more into it. And there's like obviously there's different ways to go around this fee. For me, I ship more than 5 boxes of each SKU. So if you ship more than 5 boxes and it goes to 5 different locations or destinations, they will waive the inbound placement fee. So obviously if you ship 1 box, you're going to get hit with the inbound. But if you ship multiple, you should have no problem. It's not too big of a problem. I believe they also had like the low inventory fee that was applied, I think August. I could be very wrong. I don't really remember the timelines, but I remember when I first got introduced by Amazon, everyone was freaking out. A lot of my friends, they were asking me, what to do. But it really is not that big of a deal. Like now we're months in. I barely pay any low inventory. I don't pay inbound fee whatsoever. There's just ways around it. And if you're connected with the right people, like if you're in a community surrounded by like-minded sellers, they'll learn and help you navigate through the waters. So you should not worry about that. Obviously, if you are doing everything by yourself, you're not connected, you're not in any communities, you're not working with and getting guidance from someone, this might have hit you very hard. But like I said, there's ways around it. There's always ways around it, especially when there's new fees. We find ways around it, and that's just part of doing business. You just always stay consistent. You always have to adapt. That's just how it goes. The other thing is IP complaints. Obviously now in 2024, brands are becoming more aware of Amazon as a platform. Previously, they ignored it. They really looked down upon Amazon sellers, but now they're beginning to realize how much money you can make selling on Amazon. So they're really cracking down. All of this really goes hand in hand with product authenticity. They're very scared that, sellers are like, for example, like Nike, right? Nike backpacks are like $100 in Canada here, like $80-$90 in Canada, and like on Amazon listings you can see them for like $40, and there's an issue there. It clearly means the item is fake. There's a high chance, right? So they're really cracking down on IP complaints. Nothing you can really do here. Just keep sourcing, hold a strict buying criteria where you don't hop on listings with less than 3 sellers at all times. You can avoid this, right? Like there's a lot of softwares that you can utilize, like AZ Insight, SellerAmp. They talk about and they display whether or not this brand has been giving IP complaints in the past, but it's not too big of an issue. It's a minor minor complication. If you get an IP complaint, you can simply submit your invoices to Amazon, and if you're doing everything by the book, you will get those removed. It's not a problem. It only hits sellers who are not following, their guidelines, their term of services, right? So, like, I think the theme of this video is just follow the terms of services, do everything by the book, work with authentic suppliers, because it's really not that hard to do that. You can make so much money doing it. Get yourself into a community, so you're on top of all these issues. The other thing would be brand restrictions. I got restricted on a few brands myself. It's really hitting the beauty category quite hard this year. And I think a lot of it, like I said, it goes down to authenticity. In the past, a lot of sellers, they abused the system. They bought a lot of stuff from China that were clearly fake. They sold it like CosRX. That's a brand that was hit very, very hard. So that's just what's going on. That's just the result of it. Don't stress too much about it. It's not too big of a problem. As long as you're sourcing continuously, you're adding more items into your day-to-day catalog, you should not be hit too hard by the brand restrictions. But yeah. So what did I notice? That's essentially like what I really noticed, like everything that I talked about. That's what has happened on Amazon over the last year. But it's actually a really, really good thing. like it's good and bad. Like in the moment, it's not a good thing because like it's very stressful. Like obviously, you're like, I'm losing like opportunities and whatnot. But in hindsight, it's great because I noticed a lot of people has quit Amazon. Like Amazon has actually gotten easier. It's a lot easier to make money because like a lot of listings like a year ago that I was on, there would be like 50, 60 sellers and now there's like 20, 30 sellers. So where did those sellers go? Like a lot of them quit. Even when I'm doing storefront stocking, I have like a bookmark of like 200 stores. I'd say like 70% of them quit. 60 to 70% of them, they no longer sell on Amazon, which is very surprising. But it's a good thing because if you're in it for the long term, you're really serious about this, you will see like it just gotten a lot easier to sell. Like it's hard to explain, but it just, for me, it became a lot easier, a lot stress-free in terms of like price tanking and whatnot. Obviously, I'm also connected. I have a lot of communities that I'm in. If you're in communities, that helps because now you know how, like what's going on, how to adapt, how to mitigate these risks, everything like that. So I can't emphasize the importance of joining a community, working with someone, getting the necessary guidance so you can follow along, so you won't be part of that group of people who just quit, right? Because Amazon really, like, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. The marketplace is growing. It's so easy to make money in 2024 off this platform. Like another thing that I just talked about, increased customer base. I did notice a lot of listings, they got more popular. A lot of listings, say, for example, last year they were selling 2,000 units a month, which is already a lot. Now they're selling like 4,000 times a month. So they almost doubled, which is crazy. And now at the fact that there's less sellers on those listings, now you understand, like it's so much easier to capitalize on those sales. I scaled my Amazon business. Like my Amazon business has grown. And I know countless people who has grown the Amazon business. I've taught countless people how to start and scale the Amazon business, and they're doing it successfully. So like Amazon, it's clear that Amazon still works in 2024. Like if not, like I said, like with all the issues in the moment, it looks like it's really bad. But in hindsight, it's amazing. It's amazing because you're cutting out all the people who are not serious about selling on Amazon. Also, another thing, I don't know too much. I'm not too knowledgeable with this, but I know recently there's been an implementation between TikTok Shop and Amazon support where like you could like link the websites and whatnot. And I know like TikTok Shop is very popular because a lot of people are on TikTok. So now there's implementation towards Amazon, and that's really good because now there's beginning to get a lot more support in the online social media ecosystem. So like at the end of the day, I feel like most customers, they would always end up searching a brand or a specific product through Amazon. So with more implementation and being added into the ecosystem, it ultimately leads to a bigger customer base and it leads to more sales on specific items. And if you're the seller on them, you get more sales as well, right? So it's a win-win for every single person, which is a great thing. Like the other thing that I also wanted to touch upon is a sophisticated marketplace. I noticed that the customers have gotten a lot smarter. So now, like obviously with that being said, it's a good thing that customers are getting smarter because they know what they're buying. A lot of the listings that have like low reviews or they're not very clear in what like they're selling, what like, I'm sure you understand, like there's a lot of listings like that on Amazon. Those are being taken down or they're being revamped. They're being updated to become more clear, clearer pictures, better description, everything like that, which is great for Amazon sellers like myself because, now we're dealing with less returns, less complaints, better reviews on our storefront, which is great, right? It's good. It's good. The marketplace is definitely maturing. And now like a lot of the quote unquote laggards, so the people who don't really believe in online shopping, they're beginning to start shopping online. And where are they going to start? Obviously through Amazon. So like the marketplace is growing, it's doing very, very well. And I honestly believe 2025 would be a great year. Even more people will join. The marketplace will get less competitive, less saturated. Like in 2022, like 2021, everyone was talking about Amazon. Everyone was talking about selling on Amazon. And a lot of those people have died off. A lot of people have quit selling. So now like it's a really good opportunity to start. When people are flocking away, that's when you go into it. Like especially when there's proof of concept, there's a lot of people, I myself included, making like a ton of money, telling you that it works. then it definitely works, right? So, you know, like great platform, great opportunity. I plan on continuously selling on this platform. You know, I'm gonna keep selling on this platform for years to come. For as long as Amazon exists and it makes sense to sell on this marketplace, I will keep selling it because Amazon changed my life. 2 years ago, I was in school. I was about to work a 9-to-5 job. I actually worked a 9-to-5 job for 6 months and I hated it because I didn't get paid enough. But that's also another story. But you know, like Amazon changed my life. Complete 180. Now, like I'm making a ton of money. I could buy anything I want. The car that I want, right? Like I could go eat any food that I want. So Amazon changed my life, and I'm biased, right? So I'm gonna obviously tell you that you could do it as well, and which is why I ultimately wanted to create a program, a mentorship where I could start and scale businesses, Amazon businesses for other people as well. That's like my passion. That's what I love to do, and I'm enjoying it very, very well. But yeah, I'm gonna keep selling on Amazon for years to come. So the real question is Amazon FBA still profitable? And I'm sure now you understand from the rant that I had over like the last 5 minutes. Yes, it's very profitable. It's more profitable than it's ever been before. My margin has gone up actually compared to 2023. I've scaled harder. I've made more money. And I expect to do the same in 2025. Obviously, now, like in this day and age, it's very important to work with authentic suppliers. And that's the system and blueprint that I have built my business on that I will provide and share you. You just want to really ensure that everything that you're buying is legitimate. There's no shadiness. There's no gray zone in any parts of it. And if you could prove that everything's legit, you should have no problem with Amazon. Like maybe, yeah, you might get hit with a Section 3 for like 1 week or 2 weeks. But if you could prove everything's legit, like Amazon wants your money. Amazon wants your business. They take a percentage of sales, like with every sale that you make. So they want your money. But if you could prove that your items are legit, which is really not that hard to do, and I can't emphasize that enough, you should have no problem getting an account back, getting, you know, and making money, right? So that's what I plan to do, right? Like in 2025, like this year I hit $5 million in sales. Next year, I really want to aim for 10 mil on the upper side. That's my goal. Although like that's like my upper goal. I'd be really, really like happy if I hit 10 mil, but I'd be happy doing 7 to 8 mil. That's like the goal. I'm scaling. I'm investing all my money into Amazon. And you know, I'm gonna be updating my community with everything that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, any new strategies, any new systems that I build on my business to help make me more money, I will provide as well. So everyone who's in the program, yeah, you made a great decision. But if you're interested in my help, feel free to book a call using the link in the description below, and we can hop on a call and discuss everything. But if you found value in this video, like I'd really appreciate if you subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.